Welcome to Dr. P.C. Verma Economist YouTube Economics class. In this class, today we discuss the business of brick mortar manufacturing. The business of brick mortar manufacturing. Jonathan Haskell, Professor of Economics, views are explained by Dr. P.C. Verma Economist. In his book, Capitalism, Capitalism Without Capital. Without capital, Jonathan Haskell says, intangible yet visible. Haskell analyzes unseen products which aid efficiency. People who control control intangible assets. People who control intangible assets like tech, like tech, think of the famous phone company. Phone company or the biggest or the biggest delivery business. Delivery business can scale up fast, can scale up fast. inequality then rises. As those as those as those companies as those companies grow faster, grow faster, grow grow companies grow larger. Larger. AI startups start startups are challenging them, are so startups are challenging them. But in Western economies, but in Western economies, the forces, the forces of such inequality, of such in such inequality, such such inequality, inequality still outweigh outweigh those of equality. those of equality. It actually complements it actually it actually complements traditional manufacturing. Traditional manufacturing. Traditional manufacturing. It is still the case. 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 It is still the case that people want to go want to go on to onto a onto a website and buy and buy manufactured goods. Manufactured goods. This expands this This expands the rich, the rich, expand the rich companies manufacturing. The rich companies have when they sell when they sell all those all all those things all those things efforts efforts on the efforts on the conventional 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 tangible tangible side are very complementary very complementary to the kinds to the kinds of intangible intangible branding branding exercises exer exercises which which help to expand. Expand market share. Market share. Number 4. AI is essentially extraordinary. Extraordinary. Ordinary. Extraordinary. Powerful. Extraordinary. Powerful software. Powerful software. Where running on very running on very running on very powerful hardware. Scanning. Scanning or being trained or being trained or being trained on gigantic 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 databases. databases. Think about facial recognition. Think about facial recognition. Facial recognition. Facial recognition. Facial recognition. What it does. What is does. What it does. When someone when someone goes through one goes through say passport, passport control, passport control, or any security measure. Any security measure, security measure is that it takes a picture. It takes a picture of you and and sends Since that picture using very fast hardware to scan gigantic databases. Databases using incredibly in incre using incredibly using incredibly efficient efficient in- incredibly efficient software software which essentially which which essentially rewrites rewrites the picture rewrites the picture into a mathematical mathe- mathematical formula. Mathematical formula which can which can which can be used which can be used to survey used to survey all the different all the all the different pictures that could that could that could correspond that could correspond. So it is bringing bringing together bringing together both both tangible both tangible hardware hardware with intangible intangible software and databases. Databases as it can do as it can do that that remark that remarkably as it can do that as it can do that remarkably proficiently, remarkably, proficiently, 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 AI, proficiently, AI is an enormous, 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 enormous boost, enormous boost in the efficiency, in the efficiency with which firms firms can can produce intangible assets, intangible assets. It is a leap forward in the efficiency, in the efficiency of the production of the production of the production of new software, new software new software, and the production software and the production of for example, new marketing, new new marketing, new marketing, new marketing materials, because you can now you can now recognize recognize marketing. You can now recognize market, recognize marketing marketing much more much much more readily readily it is a rise it is a rise in the efficiency in the rise in the efficiency of the production of the production efficiency of the production of a whole range of a whole range of in intangible intangible knowledge-based asset. Knowledge, knowledge, based assets. Thus, we come to the conclusion that brick and mortar manufacturing model is being utilized by Professor of Economics Jonathan Haskell. He says that it actually complements bricks and mortar manufacturing. It actually complements traditional manufacturing. It is still the case that people want to go on to a website and buy manufactured goods. This expands the reach companies have when they sell all those things. Efforts on the conventional, tangible side are very complementary to the kinds of intangible branding exercises which help to expand market share. Professor of Economics Jonathan Haskell says that people who control intangible assets like tech, think of the most famous phone company or the biggest delivery business, can scale up fast. Inequality then rises as those companies grow larger. AI startups are challenging them, but in Western economy, the forces of such inequality still outweigh those of equality. Regarding AI, Professor Jonathan Haskell said that AI is essentially extraordinarily powerful software running on very, very powerful hardware, scanning or being trained on gigantic databases. Think about facial recognition. What it does when someone goes through, say, passport control or any other security measure, is that it takes a picture of you and sends the picture using very fast hardware to scan gigantic databases using incredibly efficient software, which essentially rewrites the picture into a mathematical formula, which can be used to survey all the different pictures that could correspond. So it is bringing together both tangible hardware with intangible software and databases. As it can do that remarkably, proficiently, AI is an enormous boost in the efficiency with which firms can produce intangible assets. It is a leap forward in the efficiency of the production of new software and the production of, for example, new marketing materials, because you can now recognize marketing much more readily. It is a rise in the efficiency of production of a whole range of intangible knowledge-based assets. This is all about a book written by Jonathan Haskell, Capitalism Without Capital. Capitalism Without Capital. And in this book, he has analyzed different issues and first time in economics, he says, most economies used to make tangible things, concentrating on manufacturing products from cars to aircrafts, shoes, socks, etc. Things you could actually touch. This is called tangible goods. You can touch. You can touch aircraft, car, shoes, socks, etc. These are tangible things. Tangible things are those things which can be touched by you. But increasingly, economies have started to produce much more intangible goods and services. What is intangible goods and services? Many are now writing software, developing movie scripts, creating apps, putting forward new ideas to organize businesses better, generating new ways of branding products, etc. Mr. Jonathan Haskell, professor of economics, is interested in understanding how economies are moving from being very tangible based to becoming far more intangible based. So this is all about tangible and intangible goods, and he concludes that it is a rise in the efficiency of production of a whole range of intangible knowledge-based assets. It is quite interesting, and I have said in previous classes that by research work, what is the finding of Jonathan Haskell, professor of economics at Imperial Business College? He speaks to Srijana Mitra Das, and Haskell discusses the rise of the intangible economy, what this produces, and its implication for equality. It is a finding of Jonathan Haskell, professor of economics, that economies are now shifting from tangible manufacturing to intangible investment. India is at the top of the growth. By different data, Professor Jonathan Haskell, Department of Economics in Imperial College Business School, did a remarkable achievement in this field of intangible and tangible issues, investor issues. Jonathan Haskell says that India is fast catching up with a rapid growth in intangible investment. In his research work, he wanted to compare intangible investment and tangible investment of 15 countries of the world. And the name is Japan, Brazil, UK, Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Italy, Denmark, Sweden, France, Hungary, Czech Republic, Greece, US, and India. Data collected by him for 2014 to 2024. Compound annual growth rate for tangible and intangible investment for the top 15 economies, which I have cited just now. 15 economies means 15 countries, 2014 to 2024. This period is very, very important for India also. I think the period match with our SSV Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi in India. Look it, 2014 to 2024. This is the period of reference in which Jonathan Haskell calculated compound annual growth rate percentage for intangible and tangible investment for the top 15 economies during the period of 2014-2024. And the data sources are World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, Lewis Business School, 2025, World Intangible Investment Highlights, 2025, Geneva, WIPO. So data is from the authentic source. And the final result is remarkable, that out of 15 countries, Japan is the last, 15th position. India is first, and US is second. In a previous lecture, I have discussed it, you can see it. And you will find out interesting result that Donald Trump, President of USA, declared that India is a dead economy. I don't know what is his qualification, whether he is from economics side or other side. How could he say that? When the Jonathan Haskell, Professor of Economics, Imperial College Business School, in his research work with a team of experts, calculated 15 nations investment in tangible investment and intangible investment for the 10 years last, 2014 to 2024. And what is the result? That India is at the top in both tangible and intangible investment in the world. First is India, highest in tangible investment and intangible investment, which is the yardstick of economic growth. And in the world, second is US in tangible investment and intangible investment during 2014 to 2024. Third is Greece, fourth is Czech Republic, fifth is Hungary, sixth is France, seventh is Sweden, eighth is Denmark, ninth is Italy, 10th is Spain, 11th is Germany, 12 is Netherlands, 13 is United Kingdom, 14 Brazil, and last 15 Japan, in which the condition of Brazil is negative in case of tangible investment. Intangible investment is good, but tangible investment is in minus. So all 15 nations are there, but number one is India in tangible investment and intangible investment, in which intangible investment is nowadays yardstick of development. This is the highest. In percentage basis, it is just near 7%. Just near 7%. Did not catch up to 7%, just below near 7%. And US is below 6%. India is below 7%. US is below 6%. And India is 6% in case of tangible. India and US is 2% in case of tangible. Yardstick, most important yardstick of economic growth is intangible investment. And in intangible investment, India is just approaching 7%. US is just approaching 6%. In case of tangible goods, tangible investment, India is approaching just above 1.6%. And US, 2%. This is not Indian economist calculated. This is calculated by a research team led by Jonathan Haskell, Professor of Economics at Imperial College Business School. And compound annual growth rate was measured, and it was found that India is fast catching up with rapid growth in intangible investment. In the world at large, India is above USA in the intangible investment with a size of great difference. And in case of tangible investment, India is far, far greater than US, because India is approaching compound annual growth rate 6%, and US is just approaching 2% in case of tangible. In case of tangible investment. So, on this basis, India is a rising star in the world, and US is sliding down in the world, although it has a history of great nation. But today, what Donald Trump, President of USA, declared that I am imposing high rate of tariff to collect fund because he thinks that US is slowly going in the trap of depression, like Great Depression of 1930s, when 160 lakh Americans, youth, were thrown from the job and became unemployed. This is known as Great Depression in US. President Roosevelt was president there. President Roosevelt called John Maynard Keynes, professor of economics in Cambridge University, UK. And when he came to US, President Roosevelt said that, tell me how to remove this problem of unemployment, because all firms have full of stocks, but demand is sliding down, and most of the American workers are retrenched from the job by the companies gradually. And at last, several companies closed, and in the stock, there is full of products, and there is no demand in the market. John Maynard Keynes is a father of macroeconomics. He asked Mr. Roosevelt that I have one solution that is very short-run solution. And he says that I don't believe in long run. We all know that Keynes always said that in the long run we will be dead. So let us think about the short run, and on that basis we should proceed any policy framework in the country. President Roosevelt was very much anxious, and he believed in John Maynard Keynes. He became a friend and very giving the importance to John Maynard Keynes. Why? Because he thought that he is a real economist, although there are many economists in Harvard and other parts of the US. But he believed in John Maynard Keynes. John Maynard Keynes said that if you want to correct your unemployed people, 160 lakh on the roads there, they will be sent to working in gold mines. He told Honorable Prime Minister, President Roosevelt of USA, that digging holes in gold mines, this is the methodology for quick employment generation and money in the hands of Americans laborers. They will work and they will come outside the gold mines and spend that money. Gradually, stocks of the companies will be finished in 6 months, and thereafter they have to produce again, because there is a demand in the market, because all workers are working in gold mines. Whether gold is produced or not, that is not the matter. And printing of money is in the hands of government. So they are giving dollar to them. And within 6 months, there is gradually, these workers take the money, and we all know. Today, I think 1 hour rate is $20. $20 for 1 hour wage payment. And if they work 8 hours, then multiply 20 into 8. And this is the dollar in their hands. 160 lakh workers are sent to the gold mines, and quick recovery started. He said that you develop roadways, railways, airport, government buildings. These are medium-term and long-term measures. But you want short-term measures, then first one, digging holes in gold mines. Most of the teachers speak not in that way, because I have read 265 books during my student life. I got first class first in master's degree. I topped in Bihar Public Service Commission in the selection of lecturer for Patna University, and I got appointment in Patna College. Although I was not a student of Patna University, I was a student of Langat Singh College, Muzaffarpur, Bihar University. And generally it is thought that Patna University is Cambridge, Oxford-like, and it is the place where best students of Bihar state are admitted there, limited seats, and from all districts, more than 28, 29 districts, from all districts they apply, and the brilliant students are taken there. When I came as a lecturer there, then I was very much satisfied that this is the right place where I have came. And I worked there from, I was interviewed in 1974 January. And I became a lecturer there. Then there is a promotion at that time. Today is professor, associate professor, and then the professor, and just you join, so you are fresher. This is the place. It was called as a lecturer. And I worked there till 2016. I retired from there. My ambition is, and my thinking is, that teacher never retires. And teacher is best student because he always updates himself. So I started Dr. P.C. Verma Economist YouTube channel. And every day 4 or 5 classes I take there. This is free services to the students of the India and from South and North India. Now in North India, Hindi medium, in South India, English medium, in both, I teach in that classroom. This is quite interesting that up till now, more than 3,000 topics, 3,000 topics of microeconomics, macroeconomics, international trade, economic growth, public finance, econometrics, statistics, mathematical economics, history of the countries like USA, China, Japan, England, India, were taught by me, and 3,000 material, this class material, is uploaded in that YouTube channel. And at present, I think more than 6,000 subscribers are there. There is no advertisement, nothing done. Only those who read it, they become satisfied by the material which I have produced. And I always believe that original books must be read by the student. Adam Smith's book, Marshall's book. Whole life Marshall had worked to write one book, Principles of Economics, in 1890. And you know Adam Smith, Wealth of Nation, Nature and Cause of Wealth of Nation. 1776. And Marshall led the economics there in Cambridge till 2024, when A.C. Pigou became the head of department there in Cambridge. And John Maynard Keynes was uh, uh, next to A.C. Pigou. And every time John Maynard Keynes criticized theories developed by A.C. Pigou regarding employment and many others. A.C. Pigou's book, The Economics of the Welfare Economics. This is only landmark. Even today in the US, A.C. Pigou book is read for the purpose of knowing about Pigou's solution regarding the environmental pollution on the welfare basis. Nobel Prize winner economists have quoted him in US. What I want to impress upon you that this research of Professor Jonathan Haskell is remarkable, where it has found that India is at the top. India is first economy having largest intangible investment and tangible investment. Number one. And number two is US. Less intangible investment and less tangible investment in comparison to India. Which country is dead economy? Which country is slipping to dead economy? It is decision I left to you. Thank you for watching this video. I am Dr. P.C. Verma, economist. I had worked as professor of economics in Patna University, Patna College. I have been guest faculty in teaching law economics in Chanakya National Law University, Patna. I taught MBA students in BIT Mesra, Patna campus. I taught MBA classes in postgraduate department of Commerce and Applied Economics in Darbhanga House, Patna University. I was called to teach in Patna Science College, University Department of Statistics, Postgraduate Department of Statistics, to teach actuarial science, because there is a course there, PG-. PG- means Postgraduate Department of Actuarial Science. I was teaching there actuarial science in Science College. I was teaching BBA students in Patna College, BBM students in Arcade Business College, MBA students in NIFTEM, Sonipat, Haryana, via Delhi. By plane, I go there and teach back. But there I have to stay 7 days in a guest house to complete different topics suggested by the Vice Chancellor. All these are because I feel myself as a teacher with character of a students. What is the character of a student? Rise early and read. Today, myself rise early and take one class on this tangible, intangible investment, and compare and find the India is at the top, US is second. This must be disseminated by all students of India, that India is at the top in both tangible investment as well as intangible investment. India's position in intangible investment is far, far greater than US. India's production of tangible, India's investment in tangible investment is also far, far greater than US. Which country is dead economy or which country would be dead economy? I leave it to you to decide. Thank you. लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और अपने एक दो दोस्त को निश्चित रूप से इसको भेजिए ताकि वो भी पढ़े और आपसे डिस्कस कर सके।